the heck? I don't know about this outfit. I double cleansed my face. This side's like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pimples. And these are dry. So part of me thinks I need to eat better. Hi, how are you? I definitely need to eat better. Meaning, I think I'm just eating too much. Like I normally fast and I've been eating more than once a day. And I've been eating, what is it? I've been eating out. And you never know. Like when you eat out, it's like mystery ingredients. Where are you from? I'm from California. I don't know what happened. Um, these teeth I have to like. Mm-hmm. I truthfully feel like I wish I wish there was a music feature like that wouldn't strike out my lives afterwards. So I don't know the penalties of played music, so I just keep it safe. So I brush my teeth twice a day. I mean, twice in a row. Because sometimes I feel like when you brush them the first time, they don't get as white. So you have to brush them 2 times. Maybe this is just me, but yeah. I was also starting to get back. We've decided to start getting back into cardio. I was tongue twisting there for a second because I feel like a lot of water retention and yeah, cardio is good for you. You're waiting for so many days for what? Sister! So I bought this binder yesterday. This binder paper, like quadrant formula. You know what I'm talking about when it's like just a bunch of squares. And I bought a binder and it's 3-hole punch, so I can start scheming. I don't think the correct word is scheming per se, but I can start just brainstorming. And as soon as I don't like a page, I can just rip it out. So that's what I like about 3-hole punch binders. So essentially, I'm just gonna focus on hopefully, I mean, this sounds very advantageous. Is that the right word? Look at me using all these fancy words. Where did I get them? Where's this repertoire coming from? So, yeah, I want to push out 2 long form videos a day, one very much embodiment training, and then the other one would be purely educational and informational, just based on subjects that I'm working on learning and improving myself. This is the thing. Anybody that says that they're in personal development or self improvement or just this whole motivational speaking industry, it never stops. It never stops. It's not like, oh, wow, like I just got so illuminated today, and like I do not need to get illuminated tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. That's truthfully part of our conscious evolution as soul beings, and to be able to add more tools or more knowledge into your book of knowledge. That's what I'm going to call it, mine, the book of knowledge. Just being able to sit down and have this information in front of you of how to direct your life. And I got really big on writing. I got these colorful pens. I got them in like all these little colors because there's so much importance in writing things down. When you have the ability to sit down and write them down, it's kind of like, I think it permeates your subconscious mind. And when you just think, because you're thinking so many thoughts, they're just rolling out. And yes, when you overwhelm, when you take up the space, let's think about thoughts like people. Let's say you get 100 thoughts a day, right? That's far from the truth. We get like tens and thousands of thoughts a day, if not more, depending on the individual. But let's say for this metaphorical instance, we have 100 thoughts. What you decide to let take up space in your auditorium. Auditorium's your brain, right? Your conscious observership, that of which you observe when you are observing, right? When you take a step back. When you allow your thoughts to dominate negatively, that's when you start having a life that aligns to that. Whatever people thoughts dominate the room are going to have influenced the ones that are not as dominant. And it's kind of going to be unanimous, just like in a jury, it's like all or nothing. That's the same thing with your thoughts. It's all or nothing. And when, let's say, you want something and then you have all this fear and doubt, it's at 50-50, right? 50 people have doubt, 50 people are gun ho for whatever you're trying to manifest. This is just a metaphor, right? This is not how it like really works, but this is just a visual metaphor. So when you're able to visualize, you're able to take the appropriate steps because you can be like, oh, this is what's going on. So when your thoughts are at a resistance, because especially if it's polarity, especially if it's like highly contrasting thoughts and they're at 50-50, that's why there's no movement. That's why you feel stuck sometimes and you don't know why. Because as much of embodiment thoughts you have, embodiment thoughts are just, I call it a way to immersify yourself in these thoughts. So I call them embodiment thoughts because those are the ones that I'm trying to align to. And then you have all these limiting thoughts that were programmed to you through your upbringing. Lots of words that don't equate to anything. Is that what goes on in your mind? Everything has value. regardless of how you perceive it or not, it's directing. Every thought you acknowledge and you focus and you let dominate your quote unquote auditorium is dominating your mind and your life and creating your reality. It's like the apple trick. If you've ever seen The Secret, it's the think of an apple and then all of a sudden you'll see all these apples. So I got this notebook to write down just all of these structures besides the ones available currently in my book, just more. Because how do I put this? As informative it is for other individuals, it really helps me. And that's why I like the whole industry in itself and having had published one book. And I'm probably going to continue to publish more books if I'm being honest. Right now, obviously, all hands on deck to the one that I currently have out because that's something that is like my baby. So for me, that's my focus this year. My focus this year is pushing Date Money, Marry Abundance as much as possible, getting it in rooms, having people talk about it, and truly having individuals tell me about their experience of how implementing these fundamentals have changed their life. It's so hot now. So I'm really excited. Sometimes I don't know how many people truly understand what I'm saying, but like, I hope a lot. I just have my spectrum is weird. So as much as I'm very easygoing, I can really pull the whole like I don't know what's going on. My favorite color is blue kind of situation. I truthfully only started talking about what I'm most passionate about on social media. And even then, prior to recently, I think, how do I explain it? I guess it's more so finding the right demographic that resonates to the information I'm putting out. Like, I started growing my female audience. Now I think it's 25% female and 75% men. And sometimes I wonder if the audience I've amassed has anything to do with what I speak about or if it has more to do with looks because it's very important information. Yes, tell me tomorrow what you think about my book. Good morning. I was gonna do my nails this morning, but then I found out my nail lady. I think about you, and every time I see you, Eric, I think about my nails now. Every time I see you with the little jazz, I'm like, my nails. So, yeah, I was gonna do my nails, and they didn't have my nail lady. But last time I went to go do my nails, this lady did a shit job. So you're supposed to get these sponges. I'll show you a clean one. I'm gonna show you a dirty one. You're supposed to get these sponges and you're supposed to put it in this glitter powder pot. And then you're supposed to dip it and then you're supposed to go like this on the nail. This lady couldn't find it. Tell me why she was using her finger. She's just like, I got pissed. I got pissed because it didn't look good. Like it looked literally opaque because she was using her finger like this. I'm like, lady, they're not charging me extra for this, so you can rub your finger over. What's up, Nick? My mom bought this, and I don't know if it's for Oh, this is for your scalp. You like my face without makeup? I do too, but I don't like seeing pimples on my face. So I put something called CC cream. What does opaque means? Just so opaque is like if it's translucent, it's clear. Opaque is like think of a dirty mirror. That's opaque. That's the type of opaque that I was talking about. That I didn't like because you see how it glares like that? That's an actual glitter powder that they put on. But it's usually a lot more cloudy. Exactly. It's usually a lot more, what's the word? Vibrant. Ice cream. What is this? This is a toner pad. These are my favorite. Sometimes, oh, I see what you're saying. Sometimes I feel like I'm going in circles because I feel like right when like my skin gets clear, right when I start getting close to my goal weight, then it's like everything reverts itself back to what it was originally, and I get so pissed. Like, what? So I think I have to be more disciplined. I have to be more disciplined for sure. This has Nionside. Ooh, Daily Blemish Care. I like this one. LOL. Cute. What a wild world. What a wild time to be alive. I feel like it's crazy that you practically need an instruction manual to live your life. You legit need an instruction manual to live your life to the best of its ability. I find that nuts. This is to help balance mood. It's called 5-HTP. It's a supplement. Crazy time, to be honest. Oh my gosh, that's the worst part. You're honest to someone, they ask for your opinion and you're honest, and then they're like, you hurt my feelings. And I'm like, dude, you fucking asked for my opinion. You want me to lie to you to make you feel better about yourself? Don't ask me for the truth if you can't handle the truth, okay? Like, seriously. Dude, my mom bought this bomb mascara. I ignore manuals. Life is short. I guess, but look, I get bored. So sometimes living life on a spur or in a whim, you can't do that. At least I don't want to do that. I like have things I want to get done. That's why life isn't as amusing when you're not planning. How do you expect the plan to happen? I There we go. Unfortunately, you have to plan stuff. It's like a wedding. You can't just like show up to the wedding and like expect it to be like amazing or beautiful. You gotta plan that stuff. You gotta plan everything. I'm not saying drive yourself crazy, but enjoy the process. Enjoy the process of planning your life. Because either you live on a whim or you live how you want to live, and I will live how I want to live. I look good because I plan to look good. Everything I do, I plan. So I'm very much the type of person that I constantly say, just YOLO or whatever. Just live your best life as so. But I'm always planning and I'm always pivoting and I'm always redirecting. I like it because if I'm gonna bleach my hair, I might as well bleach my eyebrows. Like my eyebrow hairs are actually growing. But the real reason is because I have this patch right here. Aww, you feel lonely. I feel like a lot of people do. But I think the whole situation on people feeling lonely has more to do with not finding people that truthfully understand you. Because I was living in California where most of my one side of my family lives, but I never felt understood by them, and I always felt kind of judged by them by just the comments they would make. It was like I was always doing something wrong, you know? No matter what, it's like she said this just because I always spoke my truth. But having all those people around me, you still feel lonely because you're with the wrong people. But I keep saying but as a continuation. When you feel lonely, I recommend you to create. I recommend you to focus on yourself, start doing things you love, and meditation. If you want to find a partner, meditate on how that would feel. Embody that. Embody that end feeling. But I understand, especially right now when the world is at a huge divide in consciousness. And I think that's why it's extra special and important for me to talk about all this, about becoming the architect of your own reality, you deciding how your life is formed and shaped. Because I think that there's a divide in consciousness currently, meaning there's some who have awakened to this power to digitally create your life and are open to having conversations on growth. And there's people who have low levels of consciousness and they just want to serve. And I'm talking about serve as when they want to serve the world. I guess so, because obviously everything is serving, right? Any position in the work environment is serving. But a lot of people just don't question anything, don't pursue growth because what is in front of them is enough. But I've always been the kind to say a 9 to 5 is not enough for me. It's not something that will ever fulfill me as an individual. So you best believe I'm gonna create a different path because I think life is about living a life you want to live, or else what are we doing here? If we're not going to enjoy this experience and try to understand it so we can truthfully grow and expand. See, we have social media, right? For instance, we're all here on social media, but so many people don't post. And a lot of people don't post because they don't want to be judged. I took a break off posting because it was overwhelming. I think before I would connect to a lot of people on social media, like energetically, and I found out how to disconnect. So when you're able to disconnect, and it's not like disconnect, like, whoa, it's more so like an energetic disconnect because it can get draining when you have a lot of people having an opinion. So it's like you unplug from the opinions people have. Because despite, I fully understand that there's going to be people that don't agree with anything I say. And there's going to be people who be like, I've been waiting my entire life to hear someone say what you have to say. And I'm here for those people. I'm here for those people that feel alone, that feel like no one understands them because I've been there. And I'm like, might as well call me a chameleon because constantly throughout my whole life, I've always adapted. I've always adapted to the room. If I realized that people couldn't take a high intellectual conversation, I dumbed it down. I spoke as if like just a random person like them. I always matched their level. Going live is extremely draining. I think it's the energy that vampires that come in and they need a refresh. I think so too, but I think just I stopped answering a lot of comments on all my social media. And it's nothing about you guys personally. If you want to be in touch with me, just comment on my live streams or something. But dude, it gets draining. It gets draining when people are like, I'm in love with you. Like, oh my gosh, like, I love you so much. Like, obviously, I think everyone's a high value individual and everyone deserves the the best. But I'm a very particular individual when it comes to who I'm gonna date, who I'm gonna marry. Like, I'm not just gonna marry the first guy that's just like, yes, here, come marry me. No, that's not why I'm single. I'm single because, like, I like to be treated a certain way. Like, I like people. I'm Mexican American, so I love speaking Spanish. Like, I dated somebody that was Mexican, and I loved being able to speak Spanish all the time. So, I want to be with someone that's Mexican. And that has nothing to do with me not being interested in other races. Like, I don't value other races. Like, I think we're all one. But just culturally, it feels like heartwarming to be surrounded by people that grew up with the same upbringing. And it's like you don't understand until you live with somebody from your same race. I mean, I'm sure you know, there's some people that are mixed races, and that's fine. Like, I'm not judging that for other people, but there's so much. So, a lot of why I felt drained, I think, was because people kept telling me, like, turn around or love me, marry me. Oh my gosh. But I'm just deleting some of these. I was doing 6 and 10 hour live streams on a certain app. To wine, to unwind was crazy. Almost 6 to 10 hours. Whoa, I just saw that. Sorry. That's intense. I don't know if I would do 6 to 10 hours. It's a lot. I mean, if you have the time, why not? What was the niche? Oh, you sell vintage clothes, so the store was open. Oh, that's actually very cool. Yeah, I think that a lot is going in that direction. I think live streaming is definitely going to be like a new thing people start doing. But I think that there hasn't been it hasn't quite hit its wave because I think it makes people uncomfortable. Just to come on here and get judged. For me, it doesn't bother me because you don't even understand how much I've already been judged in my life. So, and then when people judge you, it doesn't really make a difference. You just have to understand that what somebody says about you is saying more about them. I don't know. When I go on, this is gonna sound, I don't know if I should say this. This is kind of mean. But okay, I'm gonna put it in an optimistic perspective. When I go out in public, little do I ever see like these perfect individuals walking out in public, right? And I live in Miami. I live in the city where you get the hottest people in the world because you get all the international imports. Like everyone that is from Europe, I mean, Russia, Asia. You get a lot of influx of like top tier, good looking people. But even then, I walk out and like those are niche spots, and I highly doubt these people that look this great, that probably look this great because they work on themselves, are out here saying weird comments like, you're not supposed to dye your eyebrows. Like, dude, I would really like you to send me a picture right now so I can show everyone. Like, genuinely. I would really like to see that happen. Because it's like all these people are so calm and confident. But then it's like, what do you guys really look like? And why are you trying to put people down that are out here just connecting with others? I'm mission driven, I'm purpose driven. So why do those people come? Because they're just fucking trolls. What is really going on in their life? If they had something interesting going on in their life, I doubt if they're like hateful, they'd be posting shit. But that's just life, and you just have to like ignore it. And the less you pay attention to it, the better. Everybody's gonna start speaking Spanish now. The more you ignore it, the better. It's part of the game. And also I think probably the biggest reason why I have this mental resilience, which is honestly, probably the biggest reason is because I did sales. So when you sell, you're out there. People yell at you. People like bitch you out in sales. I've done door-to-door sales, so people really bitch you out in door-to-door sales. They like basically try to curse your life away. Like not like that. But sometimes people are so mad, they get really angry at you just for like existing sometimes. And it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with timing and everything. So you learn that early on in sales. And I've been sales for like I've only worked in sales. That's what I'm passionate about. I love people. Like I love interacting with people. I like connecting with people. I love offering value to people where it is fit because in reality, we need products and services in our life to make our life better because these products and services offer solutions. So I think when a sales position comes into place, you're simply communicating the value of what you are offering and seeing if it's a fit. Sometimes it's not a fit and it's better to let it go. But it's kind of like painting the story for others to see if this is going to enhance somebody's life. And freak, if it is, why not? And just helping them out through the process. And I've just always loved it. I think that the backbone of all businesses is run on sales. So that's why I have a thick skin for social media. I don't give a fuck. Because I know it's all a numbers game. It's all a numbers game. Cosmic just realized they're late for the yellow bus. Oh my gosh. Guys, I don't know where you guys come from. Like the woodworks or what's going on here. The last one, I don't know why I deleted it. But yeah, that's why I really don't give a fuck. I've also been judged a lot by a lot of people. I've been mocked. I've been laughed to my face multiple times. I've been laughed at in auditorium style over what is it, like hundreds of people. Like, girl, I've karaokeed in front of like 200, 300 people, karaokeed in like different cities. Like, when you put yourself out there and you're constantly talking in front of people, it's just you build this like it just doesn't matter. Like you think it matters. When you don't do it, you think you're like, oh my gosh, like what are people gonna think? Most people only care about themselves, first of all. And if they are hating on you and you're doing something for your personal growth, either A, they don't understand the process because they haven't gone through it. What's the saying? They're like, you have to become really cringe. Or first you become really cringe, and then everyone's like, congratulations. Exactly. It's just the law of life. It's the law of life. So, yeah, have no clue. Well, I'm gonna start planning. For me, I think what I haven't grown as much as I would like to is primarily due to the fact that I haven't pushed myself into spaces, like creating more avenues to sell my book is something I want to do, as well as public speaking. I want to do those hand in hand. Hand in hand. But don't get me wrong, there's a difference on when you're selling other people's products and then when you sell your own products. When somebody's like, this sucks, then you're like, oh my gosh, my stuff sucks. But then you realize again that it's a number game. So, yeah. Guys don't really drool over my hands. I used to make eye contact with people in public and I stopped. As far as when I'm walking around, I'm not just like constantly looking around, catching people's eyes. If I go to a restaurant or if I have one-on-one interactions, I will always look at people in the eyes because I think it's disrespectful if you don't. But yeah, I stopped because it just got overwhelming. You can't even imagine how many times I get catcalled. I don't know why men think that's like it for them, or they think like that's cute, but it's really not cute to be catcalled. No woman's gonna be like, damn. I just got catcalled today like 10 times and it was just the best. No, nobody talks about it. At least I don't talk about all the times I get catcalled. Mm. But it's all part of this freaking charade. If you look good, you're gonna get catcalled. If you don't look good, then you're gonna be called ugly. Sometimes you still get called ugly even when you look good. It's just me. Because of all this information I have in my head, sometimes all I do is I just don't think. And no, my eyes are just slanted. I'm full of life. I'm full of energy. And I know I'm ranting right now. This is totally me. I feel like I'm ranting. I don't know if it sounds like I'm ranting, but I am truthfully grateful because to come to this point in my life, it took me so long. It took so much pain. So much pain from people I love so much. Just nobody does anything to you. I'm a big believer that nobody does anything to you. But just the things I've had to experience with the people I loved most in my life, and just they're no longer with me. But trust me, if they're no longer with me, it's because it was better without them. My ring size is a 5. I'm a size 5. I wish everyone well. I think that if anyone's my family that's spoken poorly about me, they're just frustrated, you know? They see me working out, giving it my all, and they're like frustrated with wherever they're at in their life. And trust me, we all get frustrated sometimes. Ooh, I love this oil. I'm gonna put more hair oil. We all get frustrated sometimes. I think you see all these people. It has a lot to do with people being not being more honest on social media, if I will do say myself. So that's why if people see me as this like crazy, beautiful, like amazing individual, whatever, I don't know. A lot of people like to idolize people on social media. I'm always gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna tell you what I do, what it took for me to get there. Cause I lose nothing by helping others. And I just want to see a better world. I'm so hippy dippy, and maybe I don't go to church every Sunday, or I'm like in this huge community of spiritualness or whatever. But I want to make the world a better place. And I know that when you instill positive fundamentals, when you remind people that they're valuable, that they can do whatever they want, sometimes it takes a couple times for people to remind us. I know it took me forever. I think I can honestly say I truly started putting myself before anyone else this past year. This past year. And ultimately, now, me. You know, I joke about getting married and all that stuff, and I do want to get married, but I'm not going to tolerate less than what I deserve because I'm done. You know, I'm done dealing with the bullshit. You know, people get dependent on other people for love, and goddamn, it probably feels good to be with your perfect match. But my perfect match has to love and respect me and do the work. Do the work it takes to be with me because I'm not gonna tolerate a problematic, emotionally deregulated man just because I love who he is. I'm not, you know? And that's why I'm finding so much peace in myself, in aligning to that version of my other half that I'm trying to manifest. I'm like, I should do some love embodiments I'm like, I don't ask for a lot. I just want my twin flame. I think that that terminology exists for a reason. My intuition says it's legit. So I'm waiting for my twin flame. I'm like, I wonder if my twin flame knows who I am. I'm gonna be 30 this year. Nice to meet you. Okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Yeah, I'm good and I'm feeling alive. I'd love to listen to music. I'm gonna find out if what other options there are for like playing music in the background. Because, or maybe I'll just play music and who cares? I don't know. I need to figure out what is it called? The word called? Like what are the consequences for me playing music I'm like essentially I'm helping people's career. People start listening to music because of me, so they shouldn't be copying me out. I'm helping them out. I'm promoting their music. But I guess YouTube doesn't see it that way. I don't understand why not. Like I don't understand. That doesn't affect the artist at all. I don't understand how me playing their music on a live affects an artist. Is it because they don't play them on their actual music or what is that? I don't get it. I just want to play music on my lives. Like, is it too much to ask for? Just play like good jams. That's all I want. Be like, ain't nobody got time for me. All right, guys. Peace out, Girl Scout. I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna get to cooking and writing. Not cooking real food. We decided we're gonna fast this week. We're just gonna work out instead because your girl's like gained 3 pounds. I'm like all flustered. It's not like I don't think it's from like fat. I think it's water retention, but still. I want to be looking like a snack, like I gotta look perfect before I turn 30, or else I'm gonna throw fit. And this is just on me being hard on myself, but might as well do something with your life. Be hard on yourself and have fun with it. Yeah, that's today's motto. Be hard on yourself and have fun with it. Giving the worst advice. What do you mean be hard on yourself and have fun with it? Exactly. Ciao. Love you guys. Don't be hard on yourself. Be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. And have fun. Love you. Have a great day. I'll see you guys later. We'll see. We'll see what happens.